What's going on, everyone? So last night, the Los Angeles Lakers got absolutely embarrassed. I mean, it wasn't even in a contest. Clippers controlled that game start to finish. The only time the Lakers were in that game was when it was 12-11. And they just outplayed, out-hustled, can't stop anybody. I mean, it's the same thing every single time. The Los Angeles Lakers, they're not a good basketball team. They're not good at the game of basketball, right? I don't think that they're this, abysmal team. They're a playoff team. They're probably going to finish the 6th seed, right? But I also wouldn't be surprised if they fall into the play-in again or, end up losing in the first round again. Right? It's just, obviously trades need to happen. And I do still believe that with the right trades, the right moves, the Lakers can get back into the thick of it, right? Don't underestimate the value of, two high-end players. If you get a Bruce Brown and, a Nikola Vucevic, right? Don't underestimate what two guys like that can do to this roster, to this team. Plus, it drops everyone down a level, right? So now Austin Reeves isn't as relied on because you got another 20-10 guy, so on and so forth, right? But it's embarrassing. Every time the Lakers have a important matchup, every time the Lakers have a game that they have to win, right? You can almost set your watch to the fact that they're gonna lose it, that they're gonna blow it, right? Now you're a game and a half behind the Clippers for the 5 seed. You're 3 games back of the 4 seed. You're tied now with the Dallas Mavericks for the 7 seed. So you could potentially be a play-in team again. And it's just, if you win this game, now you're the 5th seed. You got you're half a game ahead, but really it's a full game because you have the tiebreaker until you play the Clippers 3 more times coming up. And it's just, you blew it. You dropped the ball, right? But the thing is it wasn't even a contest. Right? This wasn't even a game. This wasn't Lakers were right in the thick of it. Lakers were right in the middle of it and they just blew it at the end. Or, Kawhi Leonard just had one of those insane games. No, he scored 19 points in 24 minutes. Norman Powell dominated you. The leading scorer of this game was LeBron James with 25 points. Next up was Rui with 19. Austin Reeves only took 6 shots and looked like he could care less to be out there. Had 5 turnovers, right? One had 5 turnovers on top of just 3 assists. He had he had as many turnovers as rebounds and assists combined, right? But he's not inconsistent, right? He scores 38 and then drops 14 on 6 attempts and turns the ball over 5 times. But you're right. You're right. It's spot on. He doesn't have inconsistency issues. Anthony Davis, absolute no-show. Where was AD? You sat 4 days, expected you to come in, and just got absolutely bullied, absolutely dominated. Norman Powell's, taking him off the dribble, just going around him like he's not even there. Ivica Zubac, completely outplayed him. I mean, completely. Zoo was the better player. Had nearly a 20-20 game. 21 points, 19 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks, 1 steal, only 2 turnovers, was a plus 18. I mean, just dominated him, right? He literally almost had double the amount of rebounds. Norman Powell looked like he was prime Michael Jordan out there, couldn't miss a shot early on. Guy was hitting absolutely everything. Kind of cooled off a little bit towards the end, but it wasn't because the Lakers picked up their defense. It wasn't because of defense. He was still getting wide open looks and just wasn't able to knock them down. It's so incredibly frustrating watching this team, right? It's just because anytime they play a good team, oh, they're probably gonna lose this. And anytime they play a half decent team, you're okay, it's 50-50 coin flip. The only teams that they really beat are the bad teams, and even then, you still barely squeeze by, right? Look at the Nets game, right? You look at the Brooklyn Nets game, it's just man. And it's so frustrating because this was the month that was supposed to really kind of get things in order, right? And you started off the month great. Won your first 2 games, cool, perfect, right? You got they have 16 games in this month. It was all right, if you could finish, 12-4 or 11-5, man, we'd be sitting pretty, right? We'd be, at the time, we would have been 10 games over 500. We'd be fighting for a 3 seed right now. We'd be fighting to be in the thick of it. right? Like genuinely, right? You look at the Nuggets; they're 10 games over 500. Grizzlies are 12 games over 500. We'd literally be right there in the thick of the 3 and the 2 seed. But instead, now we're going to be hanging on for dear life to maybe getting the 7 seed or the 6 seed, right? Maybe. That's not like, even that's not even a guarantee. Even that is like extremely questionable. Even that is something that like we could easily be a play-in team again. And it's the personnel, right? Like you don't know who you can count on a nightly basis. You don't know who you can count on a regular basis. You don't know which team is showing up. You don't know which guys are showing up. You don't know if you're going to get the team that actually looks like they can beat anybody, or you're going to get the team that looks like they can't beat anybody. Right? It's a 50-50 guess most of the time. It's like, okay, which team is showing up? Right? Which Laker team are we getting today? And it's just, again, this was such an important game. This was such a game that had to have been had. Right? Like, you win this game, you're in excellent shape. Obviously, you could always be better, but you're in excellent shape because now, again, like I said, you're in control of the 5 seed minimum. You're still in the race for the 4 seed. You might be able to squeeze in, even if you don't. Then you got that 4-5 matchup, which might not be ideal, right? You're playing the Nuggets in the first round. Right? Maybe that's why the Lakers did it. They just didn't want to play the Nuggets in the first round. Maybe that's it. That's the secret, right? That's the secret, is they just don't want to play the Nuggets in the first round again, lose 3 years in a row to them, right? Maybe that's why the Lakers lost to the Clippers. But it is so incredibly frustrating watching this basketball team. So frustrating watching them just can't get out of their own way, can't stop anybody, can't score the basketball. They just go on these like insane droughts. They can't score. They're averaging 102 points a game in the last 5 games. This team has been awful offensively. Can't score the basketball. Austin Reeves drops 38 and we still barely win. Right? Like, and then he follows up that 38 game. I talked about it earlier. I talked about it literally like yesterday on this channel. Right? Like, Austin Reeves, when he's in attack mode, the Lakers are very good. As soon as he stops being in attack mode and he settles and he falls in and he just becomes another guy out there, he's unplayable in many ways because he can't stop anybody. So you can't get the defensive stops that you need. And then on top of not being able to get the defensive stops that you need, you can't like count on him to score the basketball with consistency. It's just like, it's just so frustrating watching this Lakers team because, again, this is a game that the Lakers should have won. You had a no-show from Anthony Davis, a no-show from Austin Reeves. LeBron James tried to carry and do what he could, but he had no support. No support. No one else stepped up. No one wanted to win this game. Clippers wanted to win this game. This is a Clippers Super Bowl every year, right? And the sad thing is the Lakers know that. And yet, every year they still, I mean, last year we did good against them, but this year, it's just like, here we go. Oh, once again, back to getting owned by the Clippers. It's frustrating. It is very frustrating. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Hey, Phil, what are your thoughts? Are you disappointed in the Lakers? Are you okay? Kind of like, you expected it, you saw it coming, so you're already braced and prepared for it. How you feel, whatever your thoughts are. I'd love to hear it, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot, so we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.